There's a classic internet meme called, "You have just one job." Examples of people who had just one job and failed so miserably that it's hilarious. Like the guy who put the fortune outside the fortune cookie, the lawn guy who kept missing the same spot, the city planner who put the bench under a waterspout. U.S. congressmen and women had one job. That's to keep the government running. They, too, have failed miserably at. Look, that's what we elected these people to do. They have a lot of jobs, but at least keep the damn door open, keep the government running. The real story. There's nothing funny about this at all. The contrary, it is an absolute disgrace. It should be criminal, and it's about to get worse. Look at the headlines. The economy is in uncharted territory. 6 ways the shutdown is about to get worse. Democrats unflinching in shutdown strategy, blaming Trump with millions at risk of losing food aid. Let's take a look at this, okay? Let's just start with the human toll. And the reason that I'm so exercised about this is their one job. And it's not like, oh, wait, there's a budget we have to get done? This isn't something new. They know this is coming. Let's start with the human toll. 1.4 million federal workers have not been paid in weeks and have no idea when they'll be paid again. About half of those 1.4 million are furloughed. They're not working and they're not getting paid. The other half, deemed essential, are working but also are not being paid. So who is being paid? The lawmakers had one job and can't figure out how to get it done. The standard salary for Congress is $174,000 per year. The Speaker of the House earns a higher salary, $223,500 a year. More than half of those in Congress are millionaires, according to the most recent personal financial disclosures filed in 2020. So think about this. More than half of those people have disposable income, discretionary income, probably have quite a bit in savings. So does this impact them the way it does the typical American? Well, the median net worth of members of Congress who filed disclosures last year was over $1 million. While congressional millionaires play the blame game and point fingers at one another, they're also pointing a finger at all of us, the middle finger. This shutdown impacts every single American, not just federal workers. And you may think, well, there are a lot of Americans out there that have a lot of money. Well, I tell you what, if they were at LAX recently trying to get on an airplane, doesn't matter how damn much money they had. They were sitting on the ground hold for hours. They need to be sitting on the ground because there weren't enough people to keep them safe if they got on an airplane. This is impacting everybody from every walk of life, not just federal workers. Airports across the nation, not just LAX, experienced hours-long delays due to a shortage of air traffic controllers. People that were flying, most of them during the week, are trying to get somewhere for work, trying to get their job done so they can feed their family. As we head into the heart of flu and COVID season, public health data hasn't been updated in over 3 weeks. So where are the hot spots? You have any idea? No, you don't. Same with job report data, which we need to drive the economy. I just saw this morning that there was a huge recall on a food item. How many of those have been missed? And the USDA agriculture report, which farmers rely on so heavily. The American farmers who work with their blood, sweat, and tears and at God's mercy when it comes to the weather. They've gone 3 weeks without any financial assistance. How long is it going to be before their crops start rotting in the fields because they can't move stuff? Thank God the USDA will open some offices this week. A lifeline for the heartland. Others, not so fortunate. I mentioned things are about to get worse because come Saturday, November 1st, let me tell you what's going to happen. No more food assistance for more than 40 million people on SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. The USDA says the well has run dry. Ditto for Head Start, the federal program that funds education, health, and nutrition services for more than 800,000 children under the age of 6. The same goes for WIC, the Federal Nutrition Assistance Program that serves about 7 million low-income mothers and babies. Also this weekend, people living in remote rural areas may stop getting mail when Essential Air Service runs out of money. Here's what makes this even more infuriating. This nonsense happens year after year after year. This is like Charlie Brown kicking the football.
Gonna kick that football clear to the moon.
Come on. You know this is coming. There have been 15 shutdowns since the 80s. Full-blown shutdowns. I'm not talking about all the time Congress has failed to pass appropriations on time. They've missed that boat 42 of the last 45 years. 42 of the last 45 years. And who's sinking? We are. This does not happen in other countries, by the way. In parliamentary governments used by most European democracies, lawmakers lose their job. They don't get it done on time. They don't keep the government working. They don't get it passed. The threat of shutdown would just trigger a new election. They'd say, oh, you didn't get your one job done? We elected you. We sent you down there to do this. You didn't get it done? We're just going to hold a new election and get somebody in there that will get it done. But here, no, we just keep going on. Just keep bobbing along. Say, okay, we elect you to do your job and you didn't do it. Well, okay, we'll just elect you again, send you down there again. Are you getting tired of it? They don't do that in Europe. Same in Australia, New Zealand, Bangladesh, Canada, where budgets have to be passed or else the government is usually forced to resign. Many countries, such as Belgium, have laws on the books that keep the old budget in effect until the new budget passes. So, okay, you're debating whether you're going to add this or take that away or whatever. Okay, debate it till you're blue in the face. But we're going to keep the old budget in effect until you decide what the new budget is, because we're not going to go through this ridiculous exercise of shutting down the government. We're not going to let you leverage things. We're going to keep what we got till you come up with something better. Even if the U.S. had these preventative measures, our Congress should have respect and decency for the Americans across the United States year after year to say, we're not going to put you through this soap opera. We're not going to use this and use you as pawns in this power struggle. You're not going to have to worry that we're going to pull programs and shut things down on you. We won't use you as leverage. But not happening. We got highly paid public servants who have a healthy net worth that apparently live in a bubble. And to listen to both sides, you would think they were standing on the moral high ground. They're both pointing fingers at the other, saying, it's them, it's them, it's them, which means this is a political football. It's not common sense. They're not saying, hey, we have a duty to our constituents to keep the door open. So, hey, Republican, come here. Democrat, come here. We can argue all we want, but not at the expense of the people who put us here. Let's figure something out. They have the honor of serving the greatest country on planet Earth, and they have a responsibility to do one job and do it right. They work for you, they work for me, and every one of us should pick up the phone, get on our computers and email, and say, you need to get this done right now, or come election time, I'll find somebody who will. And that is the real story. Wherever you're getting the real story, make sure you subscribe and follow. I'll see you tomorrow. You know, when life gets hectic and stress starts stacking up, it's easy to overlook one of the body's most important minerals, magnesium. That's why I take Magnesium Breakthrough from Bioptimizers. It's a premium formula that combines 7 forms of bioavailable magnesium along with vitamin B6 and humic and fulvic acids to help optimize absorption. Magnesium Breakthrough supports relaxation, deeper sleep, stress resilience, and muscle recovery, and even helps maintain healthy heart and bone function, all from one simple supplement. It's all natural, free from synthetic additives, and made to support your body from head to toe. So get ready to unwind, rest better, and keep your energy balanced, and try Magnesium Breakthrough. Visit bioptimizers.com/Dr. Phil and use promo code Dr. Phil for 15% off and 25% off during Black Friday. Because when your body gets the right kind of magnesium, everything just works better.